Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Lost at Sea. This game is developed by Studio Fizbin and published by Head Up Games and releases on July 15th, 2021. Now, I don't quite have a price yet for the game, so it's going to be kind of hard to judge it based on the way I usually like to run through games, but we're going to go ahead and dive in and check out Lost at Sea a little bit here. So this is actually my second playthrough running through the game, and I wanted to kind of talk about really how this game works. It's a pretty simplistic game where you start off playing the game and you're more or less trying to find these missing items slash pieces in the game to kind of fill out and flesh out your compass. Now, when you're going through the game here, you're going to have items and slots in your compass that you need to finish collecting, as well as just different areas that you're going to work at uncovering that are going to allow you to open up and spread more into the story while you're playing. Now, you're kind of stuck in this person's head with kind of a mystery story going on where you're starting to just uncover pieces and I think toys and stories from a kind of like lost childhood slash mystery. And if you kind of spread too far or get too, skewed away in the game, you're going to start to either get killed by the stories in the game or the game is going to kind of slow you down. It's kind of a dark, not dark-ish style game when you're playing, so it's definitely an interesting experience. Now, one thing that does kind of hinder the game for me a little bit is it's definitely on a rail. And what I mean by that is you kind of have to do what the game wants you to do, but at the same time, you're going to kind of play through and have to figure things out on your own. Now, what the game does is you'll find these sort of destinations. So as you can see here, not to spoil anything, this is kind of the first destination you're going to travel to. And you're going to have to find some memories and then start to collect little pieces of that memory that are hidden throughout the world. On this kind of island that your ship's kind of crashed and abandoned as you're trying to really figure out the whole overall story and what's going on in the game. Now, this would be cool and fun on paper, but to me, it's kind of a little lackluster and boring. As soon as you start to navigate and use this compass to figure out what you're trying to do, it points you directly where you need to go. I would love for this game to have held a little more longevity and maybe shown me maybe some clues and hints as to what to do, whereas instead the game just tells me where to go every time, and I don't really get any say or decision in what I'm doing. I'm not a big fan of being kind of told where to go and what to do, and for some reason in my current save state, the game is kind of not letting me progress forward, and it just keeps killing me. I don't know if this is something in a sense that is a bug for the game, or maybe just something weird that I'm encountering and not quite understanding. But I definitely think that it is something that is very interesting and mysterious on its own. So let's actually dive into this first little zone that we were checking out. This is kind of the memory items that you're going to start to discover and look for throughout the game that are going to start to tell a little bit of the story for you. And then you're going to kind of just work your way out of these zones and progress into other areas while you're playing. Now, this first little zone here, there were 4 locations that we did have to go hunt for and find these various little items that you can see here on the compass that track out our story and allow us to kind of progress further and little navigate around after our ship kind of crashes in this area. Now, there should be an animation here that's kind of progressing us forward to go to the next area, but for some strange reason, that animation is not happening for me, and I don't really know why. On my first playthrough, it was functioning for me, so maybe the developers can maybe lay in some insights into the comments here, or maybe it's something I can help them with. So keep that in mind if you do choose to pick up this game, that this could be a little bit of a buggy sequence or something that's maybe not triggering properly for you. But this has so far been my experience on the second playthrough. Now you're eventually going to go through this compass here and you're going to take out all these little areas by finding the different zones that you need to navigate and look for when you're playing. A lot of the compasses are just going to kind of askew you into different directions, but you will eventually end up finding your way around and learn how to navigate every area. Like I said, I still can't figure out why I can't get away or not get any trigger responses here. So I'm going to kind of leave this as kind of an up-in-the-air review here for the time being. My first playthrough of this game was a ton of fun and I really enjoyed it, but for some reason I'm kind of stuck here and I can't progress any further. So it's definitely an interesting and bizarre experience for me. Based on my first playthrough, I thought this was a fun and interesting game to play, but I can't really do much beyond going here. So I'm definitely going to have to say I'm not really in a recommended stage for this game, since I can't progress or figure out what to do in this playthrough for what's not triggering the game properly for me. Now, maybe the developers are able to take a look into this and figure out what's going on, and if they are, that would be amazingly awesome, because I would love to continue playing this game and knock it out again and be able to give you guys some more detail, but it's kind of hard for me to give a solid opinion. I'm going to recommend at this time that Lost at Sea be a game that maybe you pass on until they're able to maybe do a patch or an update. Like I said, this is a game I am playing before release, so kind of bugs and things do happen. So outside of that, though, if you guys do want to see more gameplay, see some more stuff for this game, hear more when the game hopefully does get patched, let us know down in the comments. I'd love to see it get fixed. This is a very beautiful and very art stylized game, and I think the stories are kind of neat to listen to and be a little more engaged than necessarily like a visual novel where you just push a button. Outside of that, let me know what you guys think of the game so far that you can see in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and